In Pawtucket, a SWAT team responds to a reported wild scene. Turns out it was actually a case of swatting.
Well, that's when police are called to a hoax to endanger the person who lives there because cops with guns drawn don't know what they're dealing with, as NBC 10's Erin Coogan reports.
Yeah, well, guys, weapons drawn and all suited up in protective gear. For 2 hours this afternoon, both Pawtucket police and members of the SWAT team shut down this entire stretch of Benefit Street. Their guns all trained on this brown house.
Yeah, I get out of work early today to try to go home, and this is what I come home to. Right next door, I guess, right?
Neighbors in Pawtucket and people passing by baffled this afternoon by a police standoff.
I came out right after their guns were drawn. They were just starting to put them back, but some of the cops were coming up and down with the big guns.
More than a dozen Pawtucket police officers raced to this home on Benefit Street, positioning themselves behind cars and training AR-style weapons. At this house, immediate neighbors were forced to evacuate, while others tell NBC 10 it was like something out of an action movie.
At one point I counted and there was like 16 or 17 of them just hanging around up over there. And then they had their drones flying around.
Quickly joined by the SWAT team, for more than 2 hours, neighbors were blocked from getting to or from their homes.
I tried to loop around because I literally live right there and there's no getting through. So it looks like it's going to be a long day.
An officer had come by because I asked him, my son was going to be home in a couple hours, like how was he even going to get the bus going to get down? How am I going to leave the yard to go get him? And he says, we don't even know what's going on.
And with little communication at all between police and neighbors.
I just didn't know what was going on. Everyone was speculating, thinking it was ice.
It was only 2 hours later, when officers forced their way into the home and seemingly came out without anyone in custody, that the scene began to clear. Pawtucket police say they received a call from a man claiming he had shot a relative in self-defense and that he was with 2 children in that home. However, that call was deemed an apparent swatting call later in the afternoon. Meanwhile, neighbors tell me the owner of that brown house just moved to the neighborhood about a year ago. They say they're usually quiet and they keep to themselves. Reporting in Pawtucket, Erin Coogan, NBC 10 News.